Okay, it's game 4 of the weekend here at the Mona Plummer Aquatic Center, and it is maybe the biggest of the entire slate. Arizona State versus Loyola Marymount, and we're so excited to have it with you. Number 11, Arizona State versus the 7th ranked Lions with Nathan Ketelhut, Aiden Blanc. This is the game we've been looking forward to. Both of these teams played exemplary in their first games of the day, and now we get to see what is essentially a top 15 or top 10 maybe, depending on who you ask, matchup in the country. Someone's coming away with a really quality win on the second weekend of the season.
Yeah, it's a huge test, and huge is probably an understatement for these two teams. I mean, Arizona State, they just played their first game of the season a few hours ago. Cal Baptist was a big game for them, winning by nearly double digits. And for Loyola Marymount, they're undefeated, a big win over Michigan to start their day as well. So both these teams have had their times in the pool so far already today. You got the warm-up game before this one. You got the big games for some. Both of those games were huge for you to start your season, start this tournament. And now you wonder, for one of the biggest games of the entirety of this Arizona State tournament, is how you start things off and how you progress, how you adjust is going to be huge for these two teams who've had plenty of experience against each other in their past couple of seasons.
The Sun Devils 1-0, Loyola 3-0. Arizona State defeating Cal Baptist very convincingly earlier. A very strong start in the first quarter offensively helped them with that. And Loyola, a victory in game 1 of the day against a pesky team from Michigan. Number 11 versus number 7. Top 15 duel on the way from Tempe. This is the kind of game you always want to play in. And it comes on the second, or for Arizona State, the first weekend of the year. 7 versus 11, all set for the sprint. Referee has the ball. They check both ends, and away we go. Arizona State in the blacks. They move right to left. Loyola will be in the whites, and they have the ball first. Loyola did change their suit colors a little bit from earlier, I think. They're in the light blue suits, Devils in all black. First possession, about half a minute in. Top shelf shot, and it goes over the net. Arizona State goes to the 1C, Carey Glad. They saw Sana Kaiser play the entirety of game 1. They're so deep in net, they go to Glad, the sophomore, in a huge game here. You would imagine that's not the last we've seen of Kaiser, though. They do still have one more to play today.
About to say, it's two experienced keepers who played big-time minutes for them last season as well, and both getting early opportunities to start here in 2026, and Glad able to step up on her first test.
And both stood up on their first offensive chances. The 1A, Madison Searle, back in net. She played the entirety of that game against Michigan for LMU. They trust the freshman. Huge opportunity. It's a freshman against a sophomore, and the sophomore Glad takes it away.
Yeah, a little bit of an overpass. We're trying to set up the opportunity down low for Howie, and then just a little bit too much on the pass there, and Arizona State back the other way.
Lobbed up ahead. Millie Quinn scores the first goal of the game. Right through the wickets of Searle. And it's 1-0 Arizona State. A little over 90 seconds in.
And that's where the Sun Devils can get you. LMU just making that mistake on one end, and Arizona State quickly back the other way and setting up for one of the stars from a season ago for the Sun Devils.
Both of these teams played with great intensity in game 1, but you can just tell there's a little something extra in the air here in game 2. Loose ball, Devils come away with it. On the sprint, Dominica Cardos, one-on-one at the net, and she scores. 2-0, 2 minutes in. Arizona State, a statement start. This is how they won their first game against Cal Baptist. A flurry of early goals. This a little bit more muted. They haven't gotten to 5 quite yet, which is almost what they were at by this point in game 1, but they're off to a good start. Dominica Cardos, the freshman, more young talent stepping up for Arizona State.
And the freshman from Hungary just getting ahead, and that is what the Sun Devils do to you. They force mistakes, and they get swimmers back on the other end quickly and efficiently, and they convert on the opportunities when they have them.
Loyola needs an answer, down 2 goals early. They didn't trail by 2 goals once in that first game. Haven't trailed by 2 goals at all this season, because last weekend won 19-4 and 23-4 in their first 2 games of the season. Another shot that was good, but just missed. Arizona State a chance for a 3-goal lead. They might have it. Loose ball right around the net. It's going back the other way.
Itzair Almeida was getting ahead. She did so good for the Sun Devils in that first game. So good for them last year as well. Just that little hesitation trying to re-grip possession of the ball, and just that slight hesitation changed things up.
Almost 3 minutes gone by. First quarter, top 15 matchup here in Tempe. That ball tipped away. Didn't even get to Glad. The defense does its job.
And the Sun Devil bench is bringing the emotion and bringing the cheers, and for Petra Party and her team, I mean, this is exactly your dream start against a team like LMU.
Cardos had the last goal for Arizona State. Playing catch, gets it back. Cardos dumps it inside, spinorama shot. Sophie Shorter-Robinson, the signature spin. And it's a 3-goal Arizona State lead. LMU calls an early timeout as the Devils make a statement in this top 15 matchup.
And it's a much needed timeout. I mean, Shorter-Robinson just showing it all off with the reverse, just completely catches Searle off guard and able to deliver exactly what you wanted to start this game for Arizona State in their own building. And they're delivering whenever and wherever they need it.
You could call that the Sophie spin. Her signature move gives Arizona State a dream start. A team that is hoping to crack the top 10, and this is probably their best chance to do it going into next week. If they can knock off number 7, maybe get another 1, 2, even 3 wins on the weekend, that's all they would need to move into single-digit rankings coming up next week. 4:42 to go here in the first. Arizona State starting offensively very strong. Only their 2nd game of the season. Remember, LMU played last week. Arizona State didn't. As we saw in game 1 and have seen again in game 2, that doesn't matter. ASU has had no problem starting these games on the best foot possible.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter that they've had their moments in the past where they've had those struggles. They've turned it around to start this season and just instantly fire it off quickly, and they've been able to do that time and time again. And just now your question is how long does it last? How long can you keep the 0 off the scoreboard from the Lions? Because you know it will come. You know how strong this Loyola Marymount team has been and will be, but it's how much of that momentum you can steal away before that moment comes.
We'll get back underway. The urgency for LMU should be at a high in this possession. They have yet to score. 3.5 minutes in. Down by 3. They gotta find an answer. Good defense by Arizona State. A lot of bodies in the middle. Skip shot goes off the bar and out. They were close. It did get by Carrie Glad, but the post puts in the assist.
Yeah, and she got some fingertips on that as well. Really good job there from the keeper for ASU.
Laura Cardos, couple of goals earlier. Dumped inside. Macy McGee loses the ball. That's a good stop by the LMU defense.
Yeah, Chelsea Isaac just able to swarm a couple of the attackers for the Sun Devils. She jumps on it, and now it's LMU trying to capitalize on the other end.
Anna Tarantino, one of the big goal scorers in game one, to Sophie DiMattia. Up top, gotta get rid of it, and the ball rolls up the netting. A lot of the defensive success that Loyola had in game one was because they forced a lot of 5-meter-plus shots from Michigan. Well, Arizona State has kind of flipped the script on them and done that to the LMU offense here, and it's a very uncomfortable look. That shot just missed, rattled off the top of the bar.
I said that one crossbar straight down, but you said it perfectly. It's a completely different change of script for LMU. They were the ones forcing the defensive stops and making those big plays, and now they haven't gotten really a quality look as much as they would want it to be.
2:55 left in the first. They turn it over. Here come the Devils, out for blood in their second game of the day, second game of the year. Laura Cardos draws a foul. They'll restart it. Macy McGee comes on, looking for space. Here's Dominica Cardos inside. That shot poked away. Laura Cardos nearly had it. .218 to go. LMU still a chance to get this down to 2 goals. They haven't been able to find anything offensively yet. 6 to shoot, 5 to shoot. Bouncing ball in front, turned away.
And that's just what the Sun Devils
Come
do
on.
so well, is just limit the looks and force bad shots as the shot clock winds down. You have to get all the way down across the pool in that 30-second span. By the time you're down there and setting up shop for LMU, it's less than 20, and the Sun Devils just suffocating defense in this first period.
Carrie Glad made an excellent save. The ricochet that ball took skipping on the water. Excellent work by the young Sun Devil goalie. Layla Miraz off to the angle. Here's Dominica Cardos. Ball pops out, but a fresh 30 for Arizona State.
Needed the reset here. You get to take more time to get a look down low.
Went under the water, so they turn it over. Needless to say, with an offense as lethal as Arizona State, you absolutely cannot allow them more than one chance of possession. You cannot allow them any extra chances. It will just cost you and cost you and cost you. 1 minute left in the first period. 6 to shoot inside, and LMU strikes back. Cyan Benjamin, she had a couple goals earlier. That is a much needed goal. 57 seconds left. Both teams will sub. And the Lions finally able to get one over.
And that's been an underrated aspect for LMU so far today. Since that timeout they took around halfway through this first period, they hadn't given up a goal since. That was a big thing for them to also slow down Arizona State's offensive momentum. They've done that. They get their first goal a game, and now you guys get to see how you build off of that.
55 seconds. Can Arizona State find another goal? Inside. Now back out and tracked down by Iris Freyling. Freyling nearly lost it. She did lose it. LMU can make this a 1-goal game. They've got about half a minute to do it.
Yeah, that slight hesitation from Freyling just really cost her because she was looking to throw and then just lost it in front, and Lions got a chance to capitalize before the end of the first.
Sun Devils wanted a call. They don't get it. Here's Chelsea Isaac. They did do an exclusion on Arizona State. That's what the call was. Up top, Isaac to the angle, back to Isaac. She's playing point. Shot goes in! It wedges into the back of the net, and this game is turned right around. It's 3-2, and ASU is going to have about 6 seconds to get this ball right up the pool.
Yeah, notice Dyrus just gets down low and sets up shop and is able to get it done in 1-goal game.
3 seconds, last chance. It was a good one, but it goes wide. Sun Devils lead 3-2. This is going to be a heavyweight fight in the pool here in Tempe. We'll come back for the second quarter in just a little bit right here on Overnght. Arizona State starts off strong, but LMU finishes strong. The result, a 1-goal game as we go to the second quarter here in Tempe. Number 11 versus number 7 in the country. The Sun Devils trying to crack the top 10. LMU maybe trying to crack the top 5 if they can get this win. It was a great first quarter. We're ready for the second here, Nathan Ketelhut. Great play on both ends from both teams.
Yeah, I mean, LMU has all the momentum right now. Even being down 1, they've scored both their goals unanswered. They haven't given up a goal in over half a period. And the thing is can it be sustained success for the Lions, because they've looked real good in the last 4 minutes of play.
How about the physicality of that sprint? 4 or 5 players going right at it, knocking into each other, and less than 10 seconds in, LMU has tied this game. They give up 3 unanswered to start. They looked a little bit skittish defensively. Well, they've struck back in a big way, and now it's Arizona State who needs to respond. A brand new bowl game, less than 15 seconds into the second quarter.
Yeah, Brooke Toraheel just nice little wraparound shot and has got that look so much so far today in both games, against the one against Michigan, the one against the Sun Devils so far, and she's just been delivering.
Wild shot, misses on top of the net from Macy McGee. The freshman couldn't quite find her stroke. And look at this, the Lions have a chance to score their 4th unanswered and take their first lead of this game. The last 3 to 4 minutes of game time, they've looked like the dominant team offensively. That ball rings Carrie Glad's bell, but she gets an assist from the post. And a big stop about 60 seconds into quarter number 2.
LMU proving their 7th ranked number, but the Sun Devils proving theirs right along with it, and they're once again setting up shop.
Dominica Cardos gets all the way down next to the goal. One goal lead for Arizona State. There's the lob to tie it. How about Chelsea Isaac, the Australian, the freshman, making her presence known. There's freshmen all over the pool, and they're all stepping up in big moments.
And it was such a low-scoring first period. 3 minutes into the second, same amount of goals have been scored as there were in this first 8 minutes.
5 minutes here in the first half. It's felt like 5 rounds that these two teams have gone. There's the go-ahead goal again. This time it's Itziar Almeida, the Spaniard. 6-5. Two offenses working at blazing paces. It feels like whoever has the ball last is going to win this match.
That's what it's felt like for this second period for sure. I mean, Almeida led the team in points last season. Throughout the span of it, and she has just been so important. Was a freshman a season ago, now in her sophomore season for Arizona State, and she's already in such a leadership role and able to get a big goal there to give the Sun Devils back the lead.
4:40 to go. LMU's turn to hit back. A lot of noise coming from both of these benches. They're into it. Up top, Carolina Magano into the corner. Here's Di Mattia. 15 seconds to shoot inside. A great spin attempt, but Tarantino gets stood up. Carrie Glad saw that coming a mile away.
And that's what happens when the shot clock starts running down. You get more predictable because you're running out of time.
Oh, a tip shot goes home. Millie Quinn guides the ball home. And Arizona State out in front by 2 scores. This is their first multi-goal lead since it was 3-0.
Yeah, really very much needed for Arizona State to get a couple in a row because it felt like it was just that back and forth game. Now you get a little bit more of an edge, and now it's just, again, LMU playing from behind.
Couple more subs. Magano comes off for LMU. Get back underway. Madison Searle kind of playing the point almost. Just waiting for somebody to come open. Every pass has to be perfect with this Arizona State defense. We saw in game 1 with Cal Baptist. They will make you pay. A lot of contact down low. The call goes against Arizona State, though. It'll be an exclusion. Power play. Chance to get it down to a 1-goal game again. Pass across. The referee shakes his head. And Arizona State is going to get the ball back. No, there's going to be a penalty shot. Another penalty against Arizona State. Let's see if Emerson Styrus can make it 7-6. Styrus. Yes, she can. Bounces it by Glad. 7-6.
And Petra Party was not pleased at all after that call. Was hoping that she could get the opportunity to go turn that around and thought that he had made the stop, but a little too physical down low, and the Lions able to capitalize.
1-goal game again. 3:36 to go in Tempe. Ball whistled back in. Carrie Glad to Dominica Cardos. Cardos dangerous pass that Millie Quinn has to track down. Play and catch, ball all over the pool for Arizona State. Bounced in, Nayoka Thomas can't get it to go. Excellent stop by Madison Searle in net. She's had as difficult a job as anybody for LMU. These Sun Devil shots have come in blazing fast, but she's made some good saves.
Yeah, she's had to deal with so many tough opponents so far today, so far this season, and just tough to face off against a team like Arizona State.
Just missed an equalizer on the back post. Glad gets some more help from the net. Devils move quick. Looking for their first ranked win of the season. It's number 7, just 2 games in. Here's Millie Quinn. Down to the angle, lobbed inside, another tap home. Nayoka Thomas, the UC Irvine transfer and one of the biggest newcomers on this roster. The game's back to 2 goals.
Yeah, just centering feed, just right in front. And is able to push it home. It's been so effective for the Sun Devils today, those little just push shots going from corner to corner, and have been able to use them effectively, and it's a big reason why they've had the advantage for the majority of this game.
We've talked about how the transfer portal has affected college sports. Water polo no different. Thomas, an all Big West honorable mention last year, second on a very good UC Irvine team in goals and drawn exclusions. Comes to Arizona State and is already making a big impact. Devils with a huge takeaway defensively. They can get this back to 3 goals for the first time since the first quarter.
Yeah, it's just how you set up the attack and how you do so in a way where you can't make a mistake. And that's what you're trying to do as quick as possible, while also just being as safe as possible.
Up top, Millie Quinn. Ball stabbed on the shot from Almeida.
Really well done by Searle to keep it out of the net. It had a chance to find its way in. It was kind of had the spin to go in there. I think really heads-up goalkeeping.
Sent across, here's Carla Rivera. Rivera scores! Much needed, back to 1 goal.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. You made a stop on one end, you go down and score on the other. Beautiful chance for the junior, and she gets it done. Just so hard to react if you're Carrie Gladden. That shot there.
1 goal game, 1:20 left. You know, we still have another half of this game to play. Incredible. The offenses are doing more in 1 half than some of these other teams have done offensively in the entire game this weekend. Exciting, exciting matchup. Spin shot turned away. It takes a lot to deny Sophie Shorter-Robinson, but Madison Searle did just that. 60 seconds left in first half action.
I'd say even from pretty much point blank as well to get in front of that shot and make a stand. And now LMU a chance to snatch a ton of the momentum. If you can go into halftime tied, huge for the Lions.
They may, 43 seconds, and we're tied again. Question, did they leave Arizona State too much time? There will be at least 2 more possessions in this half. The Devils cannot hold for 1 shot, but they can wind this clock down pretty far. 8-8. 16 goals between these 2 teams in less than 2 quarters. Here we go. Arizona State with the ball for a halftime lead.
11 of them have come in this second period as well. It's where a lot of the fireworks have been in this right before halftime period.
Dominica Cardos, Buluk Bashi at top. Buluk Bashi turned away. The Lions will have 22 seconds to try and get a lead. They haven't led this entire match.
Chance to do it again. It just feels like is what this LMU team has done all season long.
10 seconds. There will be an exclusion, so they're a man up for the lead. Got it! Big time goal from Sela David. 3 seconds left for Arizona State. Down by 1 to try and tie it going into the locker room.
7 goals in this second period for LMU, and just, again, beautiful skip shot.
Look at the angle.
I mean, that is just so difficult to sneak it by the keeper and the defender in front.
LMU was down 3-0, and it looked like they were lost. They bounced back and in a big way and will lead 9-8 going into the final 16 minutes of this top 15 matchup. Wonderful water polo in game 4 of our day. We're back for more coming up right here on Overnght. top 15 duel here in Tempe, and it has lived up to the hype. Back and forth all half, Nathan Ketelhut, and LMU gets that extra push at the end of the second quarter to take a 9-8 lead, their first of this game.
Yeah, it was huge, that push in those final 4 minutes of that second period to respond. I mean, it was much needed, and just ever since that timeout in the middle of the first, LMU's been outscoring the Sun Devils 9-5. They kind of took over at the end of the first half, and now it's just really anyone's game. Teams have switched sides. That's a big factor, with the wind playing a role as well, and kind of getting a little chillier with even the sun being out in Tempe. And so many things you have to wonder, is this the tide turner? Is this going to be the moment where you see these teams step up? And the highlight of this Saturday, and just looking at the national ranks between these two, going to be a fun one.
Off we go. Opening sprint of the third quarter. LMU gets it and gets the first shot.
Now they started this game as well. They couldn't really find success in the first half of the first period, but you wonder if that changes in the second half. It was changing in the second period. A team that scored 7 in that 8-minute stretch.
Sun's starting to move its way down here in Tempe. It's been a beautiful day. Great weekend for this tournament. Devils chance to tie, lobbed in deep, one-on-one, they score. Macy McGee, the equalizer, 9-9.
Beautiful feed down low, and Arizona State able to do what they did to start the game. You make a stand and you go down and score instantly to start the second half, and just even with the little bobble, it's McGee able to keep control, beat her far side.
Clock starts to move. Devil defense back at it. Forced a turnover on the first possession, nearly got one there, but it is a foul instead. Back on the move. Wow, look at this defense. The coverage is tremendous. 8 to shoot, second turnover. 2 turnovers forced in 2 defensive possessions. Arizona State came to play.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you did. Petra Party and her team, you know what's happening at halftime and what you need to top things over.
The Devils take the lead right back, 10-9. Dominica Cardos at 6:55 here in the third, right through the hands there.
I mean, it's a picture-perfect start to the second half. 2 stops, 2 scores, and just like that, you flipped yourself back on top in this one, and getting the home crowd into it a bit as well.
And given all the momentum you lost at the end of the first half, you've taken it right back here in half number 2. The Lions really could use a good score here. Where do they go? Inside, but turned away. They went to the sophomore Benjamin, and she put a good rip on net. But right back to work goes Carrie Glad.
And the whistle keeps it down low for the Lions. That stand even more huge.
6.5 minutes here in the third quarter. This game has just gotten better and better as it's gone on. Loose ball spinning on the water, stays with LMU. Lobbed in, another chance, another save, but that's gotta be an exclusion.
Yeah, that was crushing. Was just covering up Benjamin down below. It looked like just tackling her in the middle of the pool, right in front of the net.
That's Gabby Caetano, I think it was. Or no, you're right, it was Crucian, who looked like she was about to strangle her. Almost 2 minutes into the third quarter. LMU looking for their 10th. And they got it.
And that's how much that one from Crucian plays a role into things. You get the exclusion, you're on the power play, and you strike with a goal. And absolutely key and needed. Nobody on
this team has played more water polo than Anna Tarantino, and she scores. the grad student. I don't know that there's another grad student on either one of these rosters. Oh, there is, Nayoka Thomas.
But it shows the experience.
State, yeah. Nobody else beyond a fourth year here. It's CR Almeida for Arizona State trying to hit back, take the 11-10 lead. Cardos over to the far angle. No look pass up top, but Cardos fumbled it. 5:36 to go. Devils have to get rid of it with only 5 to shoot, and a save made.
Well handled there, kind of a possession that was disrupted by the whistles and just really slowed down the momentum for Arizona State on that attack. And another chance for the Lions to capitalize. They want to extend just, largely the day was just a goal lead. They want more than just that in this tied game. They want to go on a run.
The physicality from these two teams is off the charts. 7 to shoot. Clock starts again. Backdoor shot, no good. Kerry Glad keeps it in front. Almost 3 minutes into the third quarter. We're going to get an exclusion, but first a timeout from Petra Party and Arizona State. Right at 5 minutes on the dot. 10-10 game. Both of these teams made great halftime adjustments, and they're back.
And you can see how much the wind is playing a role in things, how much these conversations have meant for Petra Party, and on the opposing side for the Lions. I mean, it's huge to get these chances to talk things over. And we're seeing both teams being able to fire things off to start the second half and keeping that high-scoring game going for both sides.
The intensity in this matchup for the second game of the season for Arizona State, the fourth game of the season for LMU. You know, it's not always easy after all that preseason work and anticipating the season. It's not always easy to come out in mid-season form like this. On the first or second weekend of the season, that's what both of these two teams have done. They have given us a treat.
And it's really hard to come into things and live up to the expectations put upon your team, and having such an early test in your season where you don't need to do it, but you would very much like to do it, to put something on the national stage and be able to show off, hey, for the Sun Devils, take down a top 10 team. For LMU, show they've earned this top 10 spot and take down a team just outside the top 10 and keep themselves up there in the highest ranks of water polo on the college scene. And just so much at stake with still 13 minutes left to play total in this game.
Schedule is not quite out for the Triton Invitational next week, but we know both teams will be there. Good chance we see a repeat of this matchup. Devils trying to get the lead. Who's it going to be to take that shot? It's Quinn into the corner, now to the angle, across the pool and intercepted. That's great defense from Carolina Magano.
Much needed one as well. If you don't see that strong defense, things could have gotten messy there, and she's got it done on both ends of the floor. Second for the Lions last season in total points, and so far this year she's done more of the same.
How many passes have we seen today from Arizona State just like that squeak through and then it's just a tap in? 5 to shoot for LMU. 4:10 to go in the quarter. They're going to call violation. It is a shot clock violation to give the ball back to Arizona State.
And now those two teams have kind of slowed their roll a little bit here. You've seen the momentum not going as far as now. It's just a chance to try and find yourself down the stretch and get an identity for the last 12 minutes.
3 minutes, 50 seconds. We're only in the third quarter. So much more of this game to play. LMU scores. Kauai Kuahai, the flying Hawaiian, Gets her first goal of the day and puts LMU up 11-10.
I mean, that's just what you kind of just got left in the dust as the defense. For Arizona State, they are forced to cover the crossing pass because that's what you're supposed to do when it's a 2-on-1. You trust your keeper on that one-on-one scenario with the attacker, just not a very high successful look to make that stop if you're glad you put the body in front, but a really good finish there from the junior.
Quinn gave it everything she had. It came on a little too strong. Arizona State ties it back up, 11-all.
Yeah, really good find for McGee. She's got the strong arm to deliver from long range. That one close to the 5-meter line is just a really good angle to try to beat the keeper. And long shot, Sun Devils have had success.
Almost 3 minutes left. Physicality from these two teams unmatched. Gotta get it going again. Ooh, you could hear that slap off the water, but a little too high.
And they've been trying to use that big bouncing shot, using the water to your advantage as best as you can for those slap shots. And even those long-range skippers just haven't been able to find it here in this third period overall.
11-11. Arizona State with the ball for the lead. Nearly had it. Cardos rings the bell. Pace, I think, has slowed down a little bit with these teams, at least scoring-wise. They have not been able to have as much success offensively. Shot clock winding down. 4 seconds left. LMU's going to keep it.
It feels
and
like
they'll reset on an exclusion.
Feels like for each period of this game, it feels like there's been a different storyline in each period that's kind of culminated into a thrilling game so far.
LMU a man up, and they use it. Back in front, 12-11. Benjamin with the go-ahead goal.
Yeah, she has been that attacker over the top all day long. Has been a bit of a utility piece all year long for this LMU team. She gets in a great spot. They find her over the middle and gives the Lions back the lead.
A lot of communication going on with these two teams. 1:48 to go. Arizona State down by 1. Underway again. Bulls trying to find the right angle. Nearly did, but Millie Quinn turned away.
Really, really key save there from Searle, because now it's for LMU. If you can score on this one, a 2-goal advantage is huge, because that means either you're getting stopped consistently or Arizona State is scoring goals consistently if they're coming back, and that's just a bigger problem in itself.
Tried the turnaround shot, taken away by Glad. 60 seconds in the third. Find a little space. Bashi, opposite end of the pool, a lob almost went in.
I mean, you did all you could. From when you run out of time, you try to go the cross-angled shot and just barely didn't find its way in for the Sun Devils.
Laura Cardos. It's not a good sign that those shots were falling earlier for Arizona State. The Devils have not gotten the bounces, especially in this third quarter. 21 seconds left. They still have a chance to tie as we go to the final 8. Down by 1. Clock starts. LMU on an exclusion, so it's a power play for Arizona State. Big opportunity, ending the third quarter, and Petra Party calls timeout. A good timeout sets the team up to put together a final stand here in the last 13 seconds and basically make it 0-0 going to the fourth.
Yeah, Party has an idea there. You're not calling this timeout for no reason. You know what you want to do in this final 13 seconds. You have a plan for your attackers to get an open look, to be able to beat the keeper, beat Searle, and maintain a tie going into the final period. You're down 1 right now. You need a goal. It would feel like, from the way this game has been played so far today, and if you can get this, you feel like the momentum has kind of just remained even throughout the third period. It would feel like maybe if you're the one who's tying the game, maybe that brings something into the final 8.
So much riding on these last 13 seconds of the third quarter. Outside of a 3-0 run to open this game from Arizona State, it's been very even. Here we go. 13 seconds, started by Carrie Glad. Up to Quinn. 5 to go. Somebody's got to take the shot. Quinn ties the game at the buzzer. Millie Quinn with a showstopper.
Incredible job from the Sun Devils. Petra Party, it draws up perfectly. You get everyone to hesitate till the final moment, and you get your star to do the dirty work.
She couldn't have taken that shot a second later. Millie Quinn, the super senior, reigning honorable mention All-American, makes it 12-12. We'll take a break. Back for the final 8. You know the fourth quarter is going to be awesome. We're ready to go. Back in a moment, right here in Tempe. We're going to show that goal again? fourth quarter between number 7 and number 11 in the country. Arizona State with a game-tying goal on the final seconds of the third quarter. And it's 0-0, Nathan Ketelhut. Whoever wins this fourth quarter, as I think we always kind of figured, whoever wins this fourth quarter is going to win the game.
I mean, we all knew, in a way, it was going to come down to the wire, no matter what, between two teams of this caliber, and it's come to fruition here. Now you wonder which team can get it done. Both keepers have had their moments, both offenses have had their moments, but it's whoever really gets the final moment will have the final say.
Last sprint of the game. Who's going to take it? They've been great all day. Loose ball. LMU starts. 8 minutes, maybe more, to decide a winner. Arizona State 1-0. Loyola Marymount 3-0. Which of these teams gets its first loss of the year? More importantly, which team remains unbeaten and adds a massive quality win to its resume?
Big whistle that keeps it down for LMU. Sun Devils shocked by the call.
Power play to start for LMU. Taking their time, 10 to shoot. Who's gonna rip it inside? Deflected in! Whoa! Did Benjamin backhand that off a defender? 13-12.
It looked like Benjamin was just surrounded. She's in the
Look at
middle of the
this.
pool, double teamed, and just uses the right hand and pushes it to the corner, sneaks it in between two defenders, and gets it past Glad.
I think she deflected it off of one of their hands. This is a game of angles, and that's maybe the most impressive one of the day. All right, how's Arizona State gonna respond? Bulu Bashi. Here's Almeida. Dominica Cardos, far side, score, tie game. Millie Quinn hits back.
Who else would it be? The leading goal scorer for the Sun Devils last season. Likely gonna be in that same spot again this season. And they go to her on the far side. A tough angle shot for some, but for Millie Quinn, making it look easy.
She's the one that they're going to give it to in the biggest moments. They have so many great young stars, but you have to go to your senior, your big goal scorer in the final minutes with this game on the line. She's the one that they gave it to tie the game in the third quarter. She's the first one to rip one off here in the fourth. Seven to shoot, shot clock winding down, and the Lions get denied. Arizona State a chance to set the tone for these final few minutes if they can get a lead. Force the Lions to play catch up. Very spread out offense, Quinn again! Her third in a row, and Arizona State takes the lead.
That's all you have to do. Feed your superstar. And a stretch like this, in a game like this, you're going to trust one of the best players in the nation in Millie Quinn and let her put the team on her back. If that's what it takes for Petra Party and her team, they're centering the offense around her once again, and she's just continuing to succeed.
The Malmsteen Invitational, game number 4. It's the game of the day. It's one of the games of the weekend nationally. And it's coming right down to the wire. Shot clock reset for LMU. You could hear timeout, timeout, timeout from Akaika Aki. He's screaming it across the pool to stop the clock with 5:38 to go. 14-13, Petra Party's team on the verge of a big upset, making a statement in this tournament.
And this is another much-needed timeout. I mean, it's two head coaches who have so much experience at the Division I level. I've been in this moment countless times, and this could be a season-defining game. Again, one game doesn't define your season, but if you use it in the right way, it can. And that's what Arizona State and LMU are both trying to do in this one. For Loyola Marymount, a 4-0 start would be one of their better in recent history. Arizona State, you can start off your own invitational 2-0 with another game today. Try to do it the best way possible. You have all the expectations. You have the largest fan base in attendance here today. So much at stake, and I think it's a much needed timeout here for LMU and the entirety of this Lions team.
This game has come right down to the wire. You have to love the way that this game is shaped up. We've seen extraordinary talent from all 6 teams today, and we still have 2 games to go. But I don't know how you could get a better game than this.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to compete against for a lot of others, but I think a lot of these teams wouldn't want to have game of the year, game of the tournament. They just want to go in and just do what they need to do, handle what they need to handle. And the question is can LMU handle business? The arguably best team in this entire tournament field, at least based off ranking-wise. Can you step up and get it done?
LMU off the restart. 5:30 to go. Just off the top. Excellent deflection.
That's what they draw out of the timeout there for LMU. They try to go with the quick attack, catch the Sun Devils off guard, but just doesn't pay off. And this is huge for Petra Party and her team.
Brought up by Itziar Almeida. Gotta find Millie Quinn, they do. Arizona State is plus 9.1 when she's in the pool, and now they've got a 2-goal lead. Millie Quinn makes this team better. 2-goal lead, 5 minutes left.
And she's the one who really helps out in finding Almeida there to extend the lead, just get it over to the middle, and a quick high shot, really hard to stop when it's out of your outstretched arms.
The Sun Devils are plus 10 when Millie Quinn is in the pool. Ridiculous numbers from the senior. She's also got 6 goals and is shooting 60%. No big deal. And those 6 goals, like half of them have been the biggest goal of the game so far. Oh, that one just off the bell. Just missed it, Carrie Glad. This is as good a chance as Arizona State has to bury him. 3-goal game would feel like a mountain.
Clock management so important down the stretch. Not making mistakes if you're Arizona State, also so vital.
Quinn gets it across for Almeida, inside a score! It's a 3-goal lead again. First time the Devils have led by that many since the first quarter. 4:07 to go, and you can start to feel it in Tempe.
Now you wonder if you're Ketelhut Ali, is the time. You want to use that timeout if you want to burn another one. I don't think it's yet, but you have to wonder when is the time, because it's now
if you don't get one here, you have to.
It's tied for the largest Sun Devil lead of the day. You have to start to think about it as you move forward.
.356. The time is not LMU's friend here. Gotta go quick. Big save at net. Carrie Glad. Up for Cardos. 4 goals would almost seal it. Quinn. Here's Frayling. Back to Quinn. Millie to the angle for Crucian. Millie rips one and saved. That's a big one, but it's going to stay with Arizona State.
And that's huge in itself, to get this extra possession, to get an extra 30 seconds you can use if you're the Sun Devils. Or if it's a good-looking offensive look and you can make it a 4-goal game down the stretch, that's even better.
4-goal game if they can score here. Quinn has space. Quinn scores! Millie Quinn, superhuman. 17-13, Arizona State over 7th-ranked Loyola Marymount. Her 7th goal of the day. She's shooting just under 60%. When the lights shine brightest, Millie Quinn comes to play. Simple as that.
Yeah, Sun Devils outscoring the Lions 5-1 in this final period. And Millie Quinn's been a massive part of that, just doing anything and everything she's been able to do for this team so far.
3:10 to go. This feels like a must-score possession for LMU. The shot clock is your friend here. The game clock is not, but the shot clock is your friend. It's only 30 seconds, so it keeps the game moving, but you really have to score here. The Sun Devil defense needs maybe another stop or two to close this out. 2:45 to go. That's a goal, and we're back to 3.
Yeah, and just this Lions team needs to keep an eye on the clock, because you have to get so risky as a defense. You have to get so physical as a defense to try and make a play, because you need to make a play. You need to jump a pass. You need to get a fast break going, but he also can't allow the Sun Devils to sneak by.
Two and a half minutes stand between Arizona State and a top 10 upset. Quinn poked and prodded up at point. Here's Cardos, got to get the shot off. 3 to shoot. That bangs out. 2:14 to go. LMU's only shot at momentum is right now. This is a 2-goal game if they can score. Two-goal game if the Lions can put it home. 2 minutes left in this matchup. This Sun Devil defense has been so good all day. Do they have another stand? Yes, they do. Stolen away, and guess who comes up with it? Millie Quinn. 1:45 to go, and you can taste it in Tempe. Quinn's gonna bring it up.
If I'm the Sun Devils, I'm not giving really anyone a chance on that besides Millie Quinn. She has just been red hot in this 4th period, and just keep letting that clock wind.
Quinn with 2 to shoot, just missed it. Timeout with 1:18 to go. And unless LMU can pull off a miracle, it's starting to feel inevitable that Petra Party's gonna get maybe her biggest win as a Sun Devil head coach. Been around for a while, 4 years, but this would be a pretty big statement to make on opening weekend for your club.
Yeah, it would be absolutely huge for Arizona State. And you've still got another game today as well, and that just shows how tough it can be in tournament play like that, because you've already won a game today. You've got this one here that you're fighting for down to the wire, and then you've just got another one in the next hour and a half or so to round off your day against McKendree. We just saw a game ago, and they have a lot to prove.
1:18 to go. That's all that stands between Arizona State and this win. What a wonderful game we've been treated to, huh?
It's been a blast, to say the least, between these two. I mean, Sun Devils have kind of found their way in this fourth period, but there's still time for LMU. They just have to make a few stands, force Arizona State to make some mistakes. I mean, you wonder if the timeout was a little too late for the Lions, but there's always a chance here for LMU.
Last chance for LMU. Loose ball. Arizona State gets it again. 60 seconds left. And now it's starting to feel like this upset is a reality. Devils by 3. They can hold for another 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's just purely clock management. That stop feels like that's the final nail in the coffin for Arizona State, because now just time is not your friend if you're the Lions.
They're going to do it. 39 seconds. Not really any time to sit and wait and think about it. If you're the Lions, you need 3 goals. You got to get one real quick. They're sitting back. This is taking way too long. Eight to shoot. Down to 5. Inside ball is going to stay with the Lions, but it's really not going to matter. 12 seconds left. LMU will get a power play. 10 to shoot. 9 left in the game. Nothing they can do. Arizona State, game 2 of the season, and they've made a statement here in Tempe. The Devils with a 17-14 win over 7th-ranked LMU.
What a job for Petra Party and her squad. In front of your home fans, fans from the opponents traveling into Tempe to watch the tournament, and you stand tall. You start off the game so well, but LMU fights through the adversity to get themselves back in it, having the advantage through stretches of the middle part of the game, and it doesn't matter. A strong fourth period from Millie Quinn, and the Sun Devils stay perfect.
Arizona State still has one more today, but this feels like the big one. 17-15, they defeat number 7, Loyola Marymount. We've got another one, Cal Baptist, coming right back.